Let me ask you something. Have you ever watched a sitcom and thought, this kid is actually brilliant? Most of the time, we get characters who are just precocious. They say witty things, but they're not really changing the world. But then there are these rare exceptions, kids so smart, they rewrite the rules of the show itself. Today, we are diving into the 5 most mind-blowing child geniuses in sitcom history, and trust me, this isn't just about IQ scores. It's about how these characters force us to rethink what it means to be a kid in a comedy. Take Lisa Simpson. She's not just the smartest kid on the show, she's the smartest person in Springfield, period. But here's the kicker, her intelligence isn't static. It evolves. In her prime seasons, she's outwitting adults, dismantling corrupt systems, and even giving speeches that could make a grown man cry. And yet, she's still a kid. That duality is what makes her fascinating. It's like watching a superhero who also has to do homework. What makes this really interesting is how Lisa's story mirrors real-life prodigies, people who are ahead of their time but still struggle with the basics of being human. Then there's Malcolm from Malcolm in the Middle. He's the type of kid who could calculate the trajectory of a missile before breakfast, but he's also the kid who throws tantrums over cereal. The show's genius is that it never lets Malcolm's intelligence make him perfect. He's angry, insecure, and constantly at odds with the world. Personally, I think that's what makes him relatable. Most of us aren't geniuses, but we've all felt like the world is out to get us. Malcolm's story is a reminder that brilliance doesn't come with a manual for emotional maturity. Now, let's talk about Sheldon Cooper. The guy's a walking encyclopedia, but the show young Sheldon had to force him into college by age 11 because of canon. That's not just a plot twist, it's a commentary on how society treats prodigies. We expect them to be perfect, but Sheldon's journey shows that even the smartest kids face isolation. What many people don't realize is that Sheldon's genius is both his gift and his curse. He's constantly out of sync with his peers, which makes his character tragically human. And then there's Doogie Howser. The guy was a doctor by 16, but the show leaned into the absurdity of it all. Neil Patrick Harris once said that the humor came from the contrast between Doogie's age and his expertise. But here's the thing, real-life prodigies like Bomoli Ambati, who earned his doctorate at 17, faced similar scrutiny. The show didn't just entertain, it sparked real conversations about whether genius should be celebrated or exploited. Finally, we have Stewie Griffin. This isn't just a baby with a PhD, it's a tiny tyrant with a death ray in his bedroom. Seth MacFarlane called him a diabolical baby with plans for world domination, and honestly, that's the best description I've ever heard. Stewie's genius is chaotic, unpredictable, and often self-destructive. But that's the point. He's a reminder that intelligence without morality is just a recipe for disaster. So, what does this all mean? These characters aren't just funny, they're a mirror held up to our obsession with genius. They force us to ask, can a kid be too smart? Should society protect them or push them to their limits? And most importantly, what happens when the world expects perfection from someone who's still learning how to be human? I'll leave you with this, the next time you see a child on TV, ask yourself, do they just seem smart, or are they actually changing the game?